Hey everyone, welcome back to Talk Time. My name is Aaron Vandermolen and I'm the youth pastor here. So glad that you're with me once again to hang out. Hey, what do you put your hope in? When everything else starts falling apart, what do you put your hope in? You know, sometimes we put our hope in definitely what we can see. So I'm hoping that this is going to happen because I'm seeing these things taking place, right? Sometimes we can put our hope in the government. That hasn't worked out too well. We can put our hope in our friends, but they end up failing us. We put our hope in what we can achieve, but we end up failing ourselves, right? Hope is this elusive thing that we think we have it, and then it falls through our hands. But yet it's one of the most powerful emotions that you and I have is this idea of hope. God created you and I, so therefore He is behind this idea of hope. And it's important that we realize that He is the very source of our hope. Like, if we're looking for hope at all, it is found in Him, completely and wholly found in Him. And Romans chapter 15, verse 13, I found this verse on Sunday. It's an incredible verse, and I think it can encourage us to don't forget where our hope comes from. Our hope comes from Him. Romans chapter 15, verse 13 says this, I pray that God, the source of hope, will fill you a little bit? No, completely with joy and peace because you trust in Him. Then you will overflow with confident hope through the power of the Holy Spirit. See, God is our source of hope. And as we put our trust in Him, we say, God, everything else is failing me, but I'm going to put my trust in You. What does He do? He fills us completely, not just a little bit, but completely with His joy that is far greater than any happiness we could ever experience that's passing. It's a joy that gives us excitement even in the most difficult moments, but also He gives us peace. The Bible talks of the peace that surpasses all understanding. It's a peace that makes us whole, that allows us to go through even difficult times. That's what He fills us with. And when we have those things, we see that He truly is our hope. And it goes on to say, then you will overflow with confident hope. Like, have you ever been around that person? Like, most of us, maybe some of us have been watching the series with Michael Jordan, The Last Dance. And there was a game early on in his rookie season where they were losing by 20 points. And he came to the bench and he said, Coach, give me the ball. We're going to win this game. Now, most of the other players had lost any hope that they were going to win. But he had this confident hope that they were going to win. I wish sometimes in my life I have that same kind of confidence. And a lot of times that comes from knowing Him, from being filled with Him, and then it's going to overflow into other people's lives. When others see darkness and dismay and failure, because of God, you can have a confident hope that God will prevail, His purpose will prevail, and He will bring about His purposes and His plan. And how do we experience this? It's through the power of the Holy Spirit. As much as I like to depend on myself and think that I'm strong enough to get through things, let's be honest, none of us are. All of us have had difficult days that we've wanted to give up, that this thing will ever end, that we've wanted to give up, that the life that we used to have will never be the same. But can I tell you that we can have confident hope through the power of the Holy Spirit? As we allow Him to remind us of His truth, as we allow Him to remind us of what He is doing and the plan and purposes that He has for our lives. It's like Elisha, when he was with his servant, and he was surrounded by an army, and he simply prayed. His servant was so scared, saying, what are we going to do? The army's surrounding us. All this dismay is happening. And he simply said, God, would you open his eyes to see? And I think sometimes we need to pause and say, God, help me to see what you see. Holy Spirit, help me to see what's coming and give me the confidence and the joy and the peace that you can fill me completely and give me the hope that only comes from you. When we have a God-focused hope, it will not fail us, and we can be confident that He will bring about what He desires to bring about. So I want to encourage you guys today, don't forget where your hope comes from. It is found in the Lord, and nothing else will ever satisfy. Hey guys, I encourage you, spend time with the Lord today. Be reminded of who He is in your life, and be reminded of the hope that He gives freely as we pursue Him and as we trust Him. All right, hey guys, I'll see you tomorrow, and I cannot wait to see you and to see what God has in store for your life. All right, talk to you later. All right, bye.